Hi guys, Miss Norton here. I'm going to show you how to start adding value to your project. Now, your project definitely shouldn't look like mine. You should have some kind of cereal design here, definitely some nutrition facts. You can draw cereal pieces inside the bowl, and you can also design your milk carton. What is on your milk? Is it flavored milk? Different things like that. But for purposes of demonstration, I am just going to use a blank one so I can show you when you're starting your value. So with value, that is going to be our shadows. You want to have a light source. So somewhere that light is coming down on your picture. So just to make it simple, I'm going to have mine this corner. I like to draw really lightly because you want to erase this later. A little sun. So I remember that's where my light is coming from. Now I'm going to think about how my light is shining, so it's going to hit this side of the cereal box. But this area, probably down here and down here, because it's so low, those areas are going to be shaded. So I'm going to start with my heaviest pressure in those areas. So I'm using my pencil, always with pencil. It's really hard to do this with pen, unless you know special techniques. So please use pencil, because we are grading this. I'm going to start really dark in the small sections. So again, this lower corner, because it's facing away, definitely on this wall or this side of the box. And yeah, I move my paper a lot while I'm doing this. I also like to use just the side of the pencil instead of the tip. So you can see I'm kind of holding it like this. It helps me get more of an area, like a bigger area. Oops, there's something under my counter. Shading really takes time because you just gotta kind of use your eye and your pencil pressure, and that will help you identify like your darkest areas and when to lighten up. So I'm definitely going pretty high on this side because it's facing pretty much away from the sun. I'm definitely going to do this corner of the bowl as well because the sun is over here, so if the sun was coming down, it would mostly hit the top area, so maybe the corner of the bowl and a little bit of the inside because the rim will make a shadow. So I'm just going to go in. Again, I'm still on my heavy pressure. I'm only doing a little bit of the lip of the bowl. Maybe some come around here. And then I'm going to come around the bottom of my bowl too. And lastly, of course, I have to do my milk carton, but still getting the bottom of this bowl here. Okay, so the milk carton might be a little bit tricky. I've got some sun on this top part. This side's kind of facing away and a little bit of this corner. Maybe this edge of the milk carton. I'm going to draw that line. This edge would have some sun, so I'm going to do this area here. Sorry, hopefully you guys can see. This area on the bottom of the milk carton. And a little bit up the edge. And then a little bit this way. So these are my darkest areas, okay? Now I'm going to start fading my shadow across the object. So I'm going to continue where I started with the dark sections, and now I'm going to draw, but I am just going to lighten my pressure. So I'm still adding shadow, I'm just not doing as heavy as a pressure as I did the first time. And then as I'm moving up the shape, I'm going to get lighter and lighter till I fade to a white area. So I can keep doing probably about medium pressure, a little bit lighter, and then very, very light. And then you can take your finger. A lot of people don't like this because the trick is you really want to work on pencil pressure because that will make your best shadows. But you can take your your finger and kind of blend together your shadows a little bit. Just make sure that you don't lose your middle and light. Like I am losing a little bit. I'm going to blend it here. So you want to be able to see like your darkest area, go to a medium, to a light, to a really light, to white. So you want to be able to see kind of those areas that you have. And I'm going to work on each section. So I have probably some middle gray around here. This side of the box is definitely more shadowed because it's facing away from the sun. So I'm doing a lot more middle gray, too light, too light, too light, and the top of the box would be like a lighter. And I'm going to come in and blend this a little bit with my fingers. I'm going to extend a little bit more of this darker shadow, make it look more smooth. I really recommend using the side of the pencil instead of the tip because it will help a lot to make nice blends. You can also draw in circular motions. Same thing with the bowl. I'm going to start with these dark areas, and now I'm going to get a little bit lighter. So this is my middle gray to a lighter gray to a super, super light. And then on this side of the bowl, it's going to be white. And I can take my fingers and kind of blend that. I might come in and give it a little bit of those darker grays back. I'm going to do a little bit of shading on the inside of the bowl too, because the lip of the bowl creates kind of a shadow on itself. But I would definitely draw like milk or cereal in here, so I'm leaving that space blank. But definitely draw your cereal pieces in here because it's a really cool way to show that you thought of it. And then I'm going to move to the milk carton. Sorry, I'm moving this around. So this is what we're looking at right now. We have our box and our bowl kind of shaded. I probably work a little bit more blending here on the box. But I'm trying to make this quick so you guys aren't watching me shade forever. So I'm going to move on to this milk carton. Again, I'm going in with a little bit lighter pressure where my dark areas are, giving it a medium gray color to a light to a really light. And then this side, same thing. I'm going to go in with a medium gray color, loosen up my pressure. I'm not pressing as hard to get that lighter color, lighter, until it fades off to white. And again, coming in and blending. So I could probably still work on this a little bit more to make it smoother, but again, I'm trying to make this a shorter video for you guys. So the last thing that I would like to add for my value picture, I'm going to go in and add like a cast shadow. So remember, a cast shadow is going to be on the opposite side of the sun, and it's on the ground. So these are the shadows that your items make on the ground. You want to start where they touch the ground, and you are going in as dark as possible. I have to hold my paper because I don't want to rip. I really want to get this super dark because this is our cast shadow. There's no light coming here, so I'm giving my pencil all the pressure I can without breaking it. And then I'm going to fade that out to make it a little bit lighter because the shadow starts stretching out on the table and you don't see it as dark. A little bit lighter. So I'm really going in under these bowl. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. He's chewing a bone. I'm going to go a little bit under the milk carton. Again, really dark, and then you're fading it out to our lighter grays that we love. And I might even go in on this side of the cereal box. I'm going really dark. I'm just kind of fading it out to our light grays. And this will really help make your piece look more 3D. The cast shadow really brings it all together, which is why I love it so much. It really just rests on the bottom of the pieces, and then it just blends out. Blends out. You should have something that looks kind of like that. And you can definitely make your darker areas extend a little bit further because, you know, shadows, kind of like on the sidewalk, they stretch out. So underneath your shapes, they would definitely stretch out. And then fade it to gray, blend a little bit with your fingers, get some softer lines. And if you want to work on even more detail, if you have the cereal flaps, you can work on adding some shadows in here because this flap would kind of block this area and make a shadow. And you can also work on a little bit of shadow on the top of the milk carton as well because this little triangle area would be shaded slightly. But this is the basics for our value project. So our cereal bowl and milk with a cast shadow. Take your time. Remember that it's all in your pencil pressure. Try your best, and I can't wait to see what you guys do. Bye, guys.